Erin. It's time for day 6 of 12 days of anime. If you've missed any of my other previous videos, you can go ahead and click in the description down below, or you can click on an annotation that's somewhere happening around here. Also in the description down below is a link to a spreadsheet that contains all of the people doing 12 days of anime. There's over 150, and that is swell and peachy. So you should definitely go and check out all of their videos as well. For day 6, I'm going to be talking about Attack on Titan, or進撃の巨人, which you've probably never heard of. I mean, it's really not that popular. It's kind of indie, kind of underground anime, if you know what I'm saying. This video will contain spoilers, but I will give a spoiler warning for when those come up. They have to do with who is my anime husband, and a just, you know, all around perfection in a 5'2" package. So many different favorites from this series that if I talked about all of them, this would probably be like a 30-minute video and I'd go all in reviewing and in depth and stuff, so I'm not gonna do that. But I will say that AOT was the anime that I was looking forward to every single week. The music, the openings, both of the openings I thought were freaking fantastic. I know a lot of people didn't like the second opening, and I think they would have liked it more if it hadn't come after the first opening. That was freaking amazing. I'm trying not to say amazeballs because I say it all the time. It was freaking amazing, but I really loved the second opening too, just because the animation was awesome, the imagery, how they worked so many different things, the symbolism, just Armin covered in blood. Oh, so freaking awesome. So I loved that, and the entire world, just like I said, the entire world that was crafted I thought was really unique and really interesting. And the animation style was also superb. I loved the eyes. The eyes were gorgeous. I thought that at times the still frame, like stills, was a little strange and a little off-putting, but just the harsh lines, the way it looked, how it was kind of reminiscent of older anime from like the 80s and the 90s, I thought was super cool. And the main protagonist's name is Erin, and I can't remember the last time there was an anime or any sort of media that had a protagonist named Erin, and we need more representation and stuff. Also, there is the kick-ass Mikasa, who is probably one of the best lady leads in forever and ever. And see, I have too much to talk about, I have too much to say. So yes, I love Attack on Titan as a whole. It's one of my favorite anime. I just loved it. All the gore, all the death, all the gore, all the tears, yes. But as much as I love Attack on Titan, there is one thing that I absolutely adore and, you know, is definitely one of my top favorite anime manga moments of the entire season, and it's actually a character that's able to do that. I'm able, that's... And that is my anime husband, Mr. Levi, who does not have a last name, and also is voiced by the same guy who does Natsume in Natsume Yujincho. Blew my mind. He also does Izaya, I believe. He has played almost all of my favorite characters. Like, every character he's played has been one of my favorite characters of all time. It's pretty cool. So yes, let's talk about Levi. All the spoiler warning right now. From now on, I'm going to be talking about some major plot points, including a character deaths plural. So if you're going to watch this series, you do not want to be spoiled on this, because it is some very important and emotional moments that I feel like if it's spoiled for you, it's going to be a little bit less so. So spoiler warning. So from the very beginning, when we're introduced to Levi, we are made very aware that he is freaking good at killing Titans. And he's also very stylish and has a really just epic style when he kills them, which sounds weird, but it's true. And we also, since his face never changes expression and is just kind of stuck into this angry, bored, kind of annoyed face, makes sense, we feel like he's just this cold-hearted bastard just from first impressions. But we're quickly shown through like minor scenes that he's actually a very caring person in the way that he treats his squad, in the way he treats soldiers and members of the Recon Corps. There are 2 scenes in the anime that I really feel show off this side of Levi really well, and show that he's not just emotionless. And because, you know, for the most part, we just see him killing Titans and being really blunt and kind of like sassy and beating Erin's face in. The first one is after Levi's squad dies, we see him leaning over their lifeless, wrapped, covered bodies, and he removes Petra's Scouting Legion patch from her uniform. And then later on, there's I don't want to say irrelevant, but there's this random soldier who has lost his friend in battle. And Levi gives that soldier Petra's patch and tells that soldier that it's that soldier's friends. And so because he wanted that soldier to have hope. He wanted that soldier to be comforted that his friend died for a purpose. That was the last thing he had of Petra, because if you remember, she's thrown off the cart as they're driving back and they have to leave the bodies behind. And that is the last thing he has of her. And he gives it up so that a different person, a person he's never met before, a person he is probably never going to see again, and will actually, realistically, will probably die. And he gave it to that person, to that soldier, so that that soldier could find some peace. And that's a brave thing to do. That's not something a jerk would do. That's something that a brave and caring person would do. And I thought it was really cool. Teared up a little bit. And jumping back before that, we have what is for sure one of the most depressing, heart-wrenching scenes of the entire series. And that is when Levi is chasing after Erin and Annie Titan, and he passes his lifeless squad that has just very recently, within minutes before, been killed by Annie. It was a meeting of silence, yet so much was said, as cliche as that sounds, but Levi's heartbreak and his sorrow are gut-wrenching and just devastating. And the fact, hey, I'm talking about sad things. And the fact that he can't take a second, like he takes a second to linger, but he can't take any more than that. The only one he lingers on is Petra. He straight face goes past the other three, and it's not that he didn't care, it's that it's this mentality that he has to be a soldier and he has to keep fighting on, but you can still tell that he is upset, but he can't let it out. He can't take the moment to mourn. He has no time to mourn, and that's so heart-wrenching. And that's how it is with all of these soldiers, but when you have a character like Levi, who is so emotionless, and you're still able to see that he's affected, it's just amazing writing. It's really well done character crafting, and crafting is a big word for me. It's really well done character crafting, and I feel that the writing was pivotal. The writing was at its peak in amazingness during this scene. That entire episode was just incredibly well directed and paced, and the animation was some of the best it had been the entire series. Like, it was pretty good the entire series, but for some reason that episode, the animation was just knocked up a notch. For me personally, it is my favorite episode out of the entire series. Like, I could go through and pick and choose favorite moments from different episodes, Armin's speech being one of them, so good. But if I had to pick one episode as a whole, as a standalone, it would definitely be the episode where Levi's squad passes away, because there wasn't another episode that gave me, like, I got goosebumps throughout the entire series, but that one gave me goosebumps not just from epic battle or epic music, but from being emotionally invested, and it captured and made me feel so many different things. And I cried hard. Like, I cried when they died, and then I cried when Levi passed them, because holy butts, how do you not cry at that? And all of these lovable characters die in shocking, horrifying, heart-wrenching ways. Of course I'd like it. Basically got Erin written all over it. Okay guys, that is it for day 6 of 12 days of anime. Home stretch. By that I mean halfway stretch, which is basically the home stretch. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I'll see you tomorrow for day 7, and I'll talk to you later. And bye.